Welcome to my YouTube channel, where today we will be discussing the biographical crime drama that spans several decades, from the 1950s to the 1990s, Blow. This movie is based on the true story of George Jung, a man who became one of the biggest drug traffickers in American history. With an incredible cast including Johnny Depp, Penelope Cruz, and Ray Liotta, Blow is a thrilling and heart-wrenching tale of ambition, love, and betrayal. If you haven't seen the movie yet and plan to watch it, be advised that this video contains spoilers that could ruin your viewing experience. The movie begins with a boy named George Jung growing up in Weymouth, Massachusetts, during the 1950s. His father, Ray Liotta, is a small business owner struggling to make ends meet. His mother nags at her husband as he is trying to make a living for the family. It is finally revealed that George's father cannot make a living and the family goes bankrupt. George does not want the same thing to happen to him. Seeing his family struggle to make ends meet and failing, George vows never to share a similar fate. As George vows, his father instills in him money isn't real, it doesn't matter, it only seems like it does. The 1960s are portrayed as a time of rebellion against the establishment, with characters like George Jung rejecting traditional values and seeking new experiences. The movie highlights the rise of drug use during this time period and shows how the drug trade became a lucrative business for many people. George Jung, played by Johnny Depp, as he grows up in a struggling family and becomes involved in small-time drug dealing. Jung eventually travels to California and becomes involved with the emerging marijuana trade. The movie Blow portrays the 70s as a time of social and cultural change in the United States. The film shows the rise of disco music and fashion trends such as bell-bottom pants and platform shoes, which were popular during the decade. It also portrays the drug culture that emerged during this time, with marijuana and cocaine becoming more prevalent and widely used. The 70s were also a time of economic prosperity, with the emergence of a middle class and increased consumer spending. The film shows the lavish lifestyles of drug dealers during this time, with scenes of parties, exotic vacations, and expensive cars. In the early 1970s, George meets Diego Delgado, a Colombian drug lord who introduces him to the world of cocaine smuggling. George becomes a key player in the drug trade, importing cocaine into the United States on a massive scale. He becomes very wealthy and lives a lavish lifestyle, but he also becomes addicted to cocaine himself. By the 1980s, George's drug empire is at its height. He has become a major player in the Medellin cartel and is responsible for bringing tons of cocaine into the United States. The movie shows the dark side of the 80s as George and his associates become increasingly embroiled in violence and betrayal. The movie depicts the brutal nature of the drug trade as George and his rivals engage in shootouts and double crosses. The era is also portrayed as a time of excess in terms of drug use, as George and his associates become addicted to their own product, leading to their eventual downfall. He also attracts the attention of law enforcement, and he is eventually arrested and sentenced to prison. This era also sees Jung's personal life spiral out of control as he becomes increasingly addicted to drugs and loses his family. The 90s era in Blow represents a turning point in George's life, as well as a shift in the drug trade and criminal culture of the time. The 90s era is also marked by George's personal struggles, including his strained relationship with his daughter and his inability to let go of his criminal lifestyle. The movie ends with George serving a lengthy prison sentence and reflecting on his life and mistakes. Overall, Blow is a well-crafted film that tells a compelling story. It's a cautionary tale about the dangers of the drug trade and the toll it takes on those involved. Johnny Depp's performance is a standout, and the film's visual style adds to its overall impact. It's a film that will stay with you long after the credits have rolled. If you're looking for a movie that will keep you on the edge of your seat, I highly recommend giving Blow a watch.